What's going on, everybody? This is Fry. So, as you know, I haven't really uploaded on this channel in the last 3 years, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update of why I have not been doing these deep fry podcasts about philosophy, and I'll be letting you know that I actually am continuing the podcast in a different place that will actually be on my Patreon. So I have not been uploading the deep fry videos because I really did not want to deal with making philosophy videos on the internet. As you guys know, if you've been on any place in the internet, people are very toxic. I can sort of deal with toxicity on a certain level, like on my main gaming channels. Every once in a while there's a mean comment, but usually like it's easy to just ignore that because it's so few and far between. But when you start talking about real life subjects and politics and philosophy, and you really start challenging, people's beliefs and stuff like that, people really get very aggressive. So far, the comment section on this channel has been pretty good. I've had to deal with a few comments and people just it's not even like hate comments, it's just people emotionally not being able to handle someone having a different opinion on them. I obviously am a person who thinks for myself. I'm not a conformist. My beliefs don't really fit in with any particular ideology, and then you just end up with a lot of people who just feel very threatened from that, especially because I am able to explain things in a way that really make a lot of logical sense. It really just makes it even more threatening to people to hear an opposing view expressed that way. It's really just came down to a matter of like lifestyle. I would like to continue, on my gaming channels to be making content for gaming because that's just the kind of life I want to live. It's something positive. It's something we all sort of relate to. It's not contentious. Sometimes we can argue if Starchlord is good or not, but that's going to be as the most heated argument that we're going to have when we're talking about PvZ Heroes or any other game that I'm making content for. When it comes to the podcast, just being in a situation where I'm living my life in a way where I'm constantly dealing with emotionally unstable people who just get really mad anytime someone has a different opinion than them. I just don't want to live that life. I'm not ready for that in my personal life right now. I'm 35 years old. It's possible that if someday I feel like I get too old for gaming, maybe that probably will never happen, but it could be at that point I'll really start doing the podcast full time. In the meantime, though, I want to let you guys know that there is going to be an opportunity for you guys to join the podcast. So as I mentioned, I am going to be doing podcasts through my Patreon. I'm actually recording this on October 5th, and the first Patreon exclusive podcast is going to be in 2 days on October 7th on Saturday at 2 p.m. So if you guys see this video and you hurry up and you really are interested in joining the podcast, in that way, you will be able to catch the very first Patreon exclusive podcast. Now, it is a bit expensive. I have it on one of the higher tiers of my Patreon. It's $25 US per month. I really appreciate the support that you guys, I really actually do need the income in order to continue to be able to make gaming videos full time, but this will really give me an opportunity to be able to do the podcast with also a smaller community. I'm trying to not make this like the whole internet. I want it to be really the people who are actually interested in talking about things in a reasonable way, and people are logical. I'm definitely not focusing on everyone who has the same opinion as me. I can totally handle people having a different opinion as me, as long as they're not coming in and trying to argue their point through aggression and just getting mad and just kind of whining, melting down into an emotional, a very strong emotional response rather than trying to actually understand each other and, explain points of view to each other and validate different points of view. So if you really like the content that I have been sort of making on this channel in the Deep Fry, or if you've heard me rant about things during the gaming videos and you feel like that content speaks to you, you can go to patreon.com/FryEmUp. You will see all the different options there. So it is clearly labeled the Deep Fry Podcast. I make the podcast on Discord. Now that we actually have a pretty small group of people who are joining the podcast, right now it's just 5 or 6 people, but hopefully that will grow. We are going to be giving a lot of opportunities to everyone to sort of join in the conversation. Like, we're going to be doing a discussion with one other person. I'll be having a friend on. We'll be discussing a topic. This week's topic is going to be of whether anything should be illegal unless it directly harms another human being. So I'm going to be giving everyone who joins the podcast live an opportunity to actually talk. So I'll be like going through at the end, sort of like a Q&A. I'll be unmuting people and letting them either ask questions or, argue their point of view, maybe be able to debate us a little bit. I'm planning on doing these twice a month. It's going to be the first and third Saturday of every month around noon. It's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern time this week, but I'll be doing it around noon on noon Eastern time on Saturdays, on the first and third Saturday of every month. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a little update since really the comment section here has been begging me for more content. Want to let you guys know exactly what is going on, and hopefully I will be seeing those of you who are super interested in continuing the philosophy podcast. I'll be seeing you guys around in the Patreon. I'll see you there. As for now, this will probably be my last video on this channel for a very long time. Again, it is possible I'll come and I'll upload here. Maybe if there's a very good podcast through the Patreon, a select few, maybe I'll end up uploading them here. I doubt it, though, because I really, again, want to just have my little intellectual, honest community instead of putting controversial views out on the internet. Anyway, that is all for now. I will see you guys around. Peace. This is Fry.